So I was thinking a lot last night about what it means to have such a high T level. Um, I got my test results back yesterday after 2 months on T, and my levels are really, really high. They're at 26 right now, which 30 is about as high as you can go before it starts converting into estrogen. So for a trans guy or for a cis guy, my T levels right now are super high. Whether or not they stay there, we'll see. Um, I was thinking specifically about how masculinity is really constructed in our culture, and specifically how much shit we tend to think is biologically determined. And the amount of stuff, the amount of bad shit that happens in this world that gets blamed on testosterone. Um, Before I started transitioning, I was involved a lot in some feminist work here in Vancouver. I worked on a women's crisis line. Um, and so we thought about, masculinity and specifically rape culture a lot. I thought about it all the time. And now that my T levels are this high, it's really, really sinking in for me how much all of that is bullshit. How there is absolutely no correlation between how much testosterone you have in your body and how little control you have over yourself, or how aggressive and competitive you might be with other men. There's nothing, it has nothing to do with testosterone. And I always knew that, but I think now I'm just really feeling it for the first time. And it's making me angry. um, I think now about the amount of times I've heard that, oh, it's just a guy thing, and it's not a guy thing at all. It is a socialized thing entirely. And so the flip side of that I've been thinking about is how cool it is to be a trans guy and to experience masculinity outside of all that socialized shit. I mean, I was socialized as a woman. I spent the first 24 years of my life as a woman. And from that, I've sort of escaped this trap of being socialized to be an asshole, um, to be aggressive and competitive with other men, and to not base my personal power on having this sort of power over mentality. And I've never been trained to be aggressive and misogynistic towards women, which I think knowing that there are guys out there in the world who have been socialized as women and who understand the female experience, I think that's really cool, and it's something that trans men really have to offer to the world. Just think that there's men out there who have experienced and understand firsthand rape culture and beauty culture and all the other insidious shit that goes along with being socialized as a woman. Um, I think trans men have a lot to offer the world in that sense. Anyways, that's my soapbox for now. I was joking earlier that I think it's part of the transition before the physical stuff really starts, that we all get to think about it a lot. We think about our shit, and yeah. Anyways, that's my soapbox for today.